100% on our way to the moon.
Moontrain's on point, we're in the groove, trading like a symphony. With
The Dow is over $50,000. I don't know why you're laughing. You're a great stock trader.
We're on the moon train.
Then we watched you guys land on the moon.
No, you did.
This is how you become a day trader.
All right. It is market analysis time. Now we've on the Moontrain had a fantastic time ever since March 30th, followed with the peace deal with Iran, followed by consolidation, followed by a tech earnings shit show type of rally. Okay, so now what? I've been glancing at the narrative, which seems to be after this China visit, which was, as of right now, kind of a nothing burger except Boeing airplanes. Right? Like, were they gonna buy chips? Then they said they weren't. Why would they buy Nvidia's old shit chips, etc., etc.? So in that sense, yes, Nvidia's earnings will be important because it will shed light on the China situation. As far as technicalities, we pierced the Bollinger Band and we pulled back to test the daily 9, as well as these two trend lines. Let's take a look at this second trend line in particular, since that's the one we've been writing above. How has it behaved before? Well, like this, you can ride above it and then you drop and come back up and drop and come back up and drop and come and reject, and then that happens. Okay, but it's been quite violent is what I'm trying to say. This trend line has been quite violent when it comes to price action. So for instance, here's the exact setup we have now, where we pierce the Bollinger Band and then we reject to the trend line, and followed by lame grind up. I'm sure all of you remember that was the soybean tweet, boom, and that was actually Nvidia's earnings, believe it or not. So just because this market has now been grinding a little here, I mean, we've had good moves, right? And it's at all-time high. It does not mean that we can't start seeing this type of shit, like really crazy intraday volatility where you can be up $6 and you fucking sell 8. Makes it impossible to swing, and it kind of still makes it a by the dip type of situation, because let's take the VIX here for instance. We've yet to capitulate, right? And you look at this on Friday, it didn't pierce the Bollinger Band. We have that pierce and that, but once you pierce here, it doesn't mean that this is gonna keep going. It could reject, like sometimes these Bollinger Band setups. Just look at this. These Bollinger Band setups on anything, once they've expanded once, they usually have a tendency to come down to that level. So I don't know if we're done here. Might not be. I mean, the rally might be over short term is what I'm trying to say, but long term, no, not at all. And I wouldn't be surprised if this new moon is a top and we come down and then we rally end of the month into the full moon. It is like that seems to be the most logical thing to do, but again, this rally is just insane, and at any point in time it can go even higher. So I will be looking for clues on the liquidity side of ES to see if that, because last remember, I think it was Thursday around here, they were flashing this here, and then they took it off, and then they sold all night, and that was the signal, the trigger. They put it there as a carrot, they took it off. That was the quant to sell, right? Now for Friday or Monday, obviously we undercut Friday's lows after SPX closed. So if you look at this from a technical point, if we by open are above this, chances are we go up, believe it or not. If we're underneath here, straight line sell continues, or we go back test and sell. So that open on Monday will be very, very, very important. We have for Monday we have early high, Tuesday early high, Wednesday early low, Thursday early high, Friday early low. Okay, obviously the big anticipation as far as tech is going to be Nvidia's earnings. Now I don't think it pulls a massive move per se, it would be fun if it does, but it's more so going to be about the guidance, right, and the China deal. If we get good news, it rips. If it's bad news, like usual, if the earnings are good and all of that, but it's kind of like nothing extra special, the market is going to sell off. Absolutely, it will sell off, and it'll probably take 2 weeks to do it, and then it'll rally once a new carrot has been dangled and the carrot becomes reality. Okay, so again, just to imprint it in your minds here, we can sell off and then rally. Okay, it is completely possible. June, July, August, September, October, 100% cash pretty much every night. We'll be catching IB session, open IB session, and end of the day. Okay, look at this volatility. I mean, we're gonna get new narratives, the Fed's narratives, what's gonna happen with Iran. The energy crisis is just around the corner. Inflation, who knows what fucking else. I mean, that's the thing, it's getting crazier and crazier, right? Yeah, I mean, it is just Masonic theater. But now I'm going to show you something crazy, why I'm not like ultra bearish here. Look at the NAMO. You get another shitty day like you had on Friday. It's almost bottomed out. I know nobody's gonna, I know it's 1920, and obviously if the bottom falls out of the market, everything is oversold and starts picking up steam. But again, I mean, pretty spicy. Okay, if shit starts selling off, it'll probably be in the tech sector, but banks are also gonna get absolutely hammered. Now look at this daily here. You got a pierce here, you got a higher low. Can this become a driving force to the upside? Possibly. You also have a situation where you're going from record puts to record calls to very almost record high puts here. Give it a day or two. So that's the move then. And if price doesn't move more than this, then what the fuck are you gonna do? If that's a test of this trend line and the 9, we're gonna bounce. However, as I've showed you, when this particular trend line starts fucking around, it can have violent drops. Okay, so those of you who want to dust off your speedos, let us know. Okay, I'm just gonna say it, this is going to become a problem soon. Okay? 100%. I'm not gonna go into specifics here, but if they hike, which they need to, and this is to a 5-year-old, if they hike, which they need to, their whole economic agenda by the new prime minister collapses. So you need to understand that the government and the Japanese bank don't see eye to eye here. And you look at that from a Japanese cultural standpoint, it's a fucking double wasabi on the finger under the nose here. I still stand firmly by the currency wars happening. The 10-year yield is high on the crime, but I just want to show you guys, every time we've gotten up here, which is why this is interesting, President Trump has had a trick up his sleeve. Okay, every fucking time, unless this time is different, of course, and it's time to go to 4.8, which, looking at that candle, can be achieved fast, but that's also a pierce at the Bollinger Band. So this drops sharply, the market will cool itself. Then there's this fucking elephant wrapped in a turban here, wondering what the fuck's gonna happen, right? We all know what's gonna happen. With that said, next week is kind of interesting also, because you get a lot of economic numbers, but it's not like A grade economic numbers, it's like a B grade. Okay, and then it is summer season, and summer trading is always interesting, and there's carrots. I do want to point out that once this SpaceX IPO triggers, it's gonna pull liquidity. Like, that alone will cause mass volatility, because it's gonna fucking pull liquidity from every nook and cranny, and it'll reshuffle the market hard, and then you need to adjust. Okay, European CPI on Tuesday, FOMC minutes on Wednesday don't really matter, right? And billing permits, blah 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 blah. So as you can see, like, a very narrative heavy week, because there's not a lot of data to trade. You did get 43 prints to the downside, and shit looks like it's ready to cook. That's Monday. Let's take a look at Tuesday. See, I mean, if you're just trading in this range or this range, that's easy, right? It's just a few day trades, boom boom boom, you're done. Hockey stick on Wednesday at that level, that could be for Nvidia's earnings. Thursday, oh sorry, that was Thursday post Nvidia's earnings, and then Friday this. So pretty wide range. And then there was one more thing I wanted to go over, which is the individuals. Okay, I think that Meta has been fun to trade. It has a doji on the daily, boom. SPY, this is pretty funny. If you look on SPY, I just want to point this out to you. Has this happening here, the 50 crossing the 89, and you can go look at what happened last time. The 50 crossed the 89 right there. What happened? Then you can go look at what happened here when it crossed. Do you see what I'm saying? I know you see what I'm saying, because you're a fucking brilliant trader. Okay? Just saying, it is possible. Keeping an eye on that. All the space names, looks to me like money was pulled from memory. Even though we had great trades on this on Friday, it was not another easy Friday. But money is definitely going into the space names and probably nuclear names. I mean, that's definitely happening. So keep an eye on this. I don't know if Coinbase is still going to be interesting. Maybe not. I am in a small Coinbase swing. I'm in a OKLO swing. I did take a counter trend trade on Friday into close. I took 473s. If they don't pay on Monday, I'm probably not gonna trade for the remainder of Monday and Tuesday. I am going to go for a classic post OPEX Tuesday into close low. Catch some IB on Nvidia. Not be in it except some QQQ YOLOs. Why do I say QQQ YOLOs? Because you happen to have these two ghosts right here. Zang, zang. Wouldn't be surprised if this hits early in the week, leaves this, dumps again, and comes back here for a second round. And that is gonna be my main trade, is first to hit this one, then sell off pretty brutally, and then come back for this. With that said, kids, it's been an absolute fucking mega rally. Don't be a dumbass. Don't get fucking cooked. And I'll see you on the train. God bless.